Do you have systems in life, systems and checklists in all areas of your life? What I've learned recently is that we all have some type of pattern or system. We just don't realize it. And it's so important to really figure out what pattern, and a pattern is a system really. It's just a pattern. And once you can figure out your pattern in life and business, it just becomes so much easier. And let me just tell you, for all your scatterbrain ADD people, I'm one of them. Once you put systems in place, you can duplicate success over and over and over. So I'm gonna ask you this question. Do you have something that you do every single day? If you followed it, you just, every day I wake up, every day I have my drink, every day I go work out. That's a system. That's a checklist. You just don't even realize you're using it. And that's what makes you successful in life. And I'm curious, are you that person, or are you just kind of winging it and running around? I teach this amazing class on time blocking. What time blocks are really just little patterns and systems in your head that kind of keep you in check. Because really, time is man-made, calendars are man-made, right? For us to kind of regulate ourselves through our journey in life. And how do we use these as a tool versus making them our cage has always been the question for me. And I'm always fascinated by you guys out there that manage to do the same thing over and over again and duplicate your success over and over. And this video is about figuring out for you what works best for you on how to duplicate your success. So there has to be things in life, if you're successful in life and in business in some shape or form, meaning you're functioning and you're running a business and you're selling houses, or you're running a business of any sort and you're running your household, you're successful. What does that perfect ideal day look like when everything just falls into place, right? I would document that first, and then figure out the days that things are like being derailed, and then you can kind of compare the two. That's your gap. And one of the best things about systems that I have found is when you use tools to help you and not cage you. Now, everybody knows I love my full focus planner, and everyone knows I love my Google Calendar. But in business, what I have found that's really helpful is Trello boards, the company called Trello. Asana is another one. Monday.com is another one. A lot of us coaches, a lot of us real estate agents have little software systems to help us to make sure that our deals go straight. We're getting the inspections and the appraisal ordered, and we're checking everything off on loan commitments. And did they get their paperwork in? Is all the deadlines committed? Is everything been done? And we have assistants to help us with this process. That's another system. That's something that helps you be successful in business. So if you really think about it, think about the things that you want in life to be successful on. Most people, if you're in real estate or sales, want more sales, right? But we all have capacity as human beings to do only so much business. And what I have found is that if you can create a system and group things together that makes sense, or chunk them, that's what I learned in Tony Robbins, chunking, that sometimes you can save time and money and energy by not letting your brain go backward and back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. What you're doing is putting things that make sense together. So if you have a morning routine, maybe all of your morning routine stuff needs to happen early this morning, or it's not going to happen. That's your system. Right? What other things need to happen in life? Like, do you have your weekly meetings with your agents? Do you have a weekly meeting with your business partners to make sure all the checklists are done and projects are moving forward? And like, once you can tweak it and figure out the systems and process and checklists and what tools resonate with you, because for me in my business, I personally didn't care for Asana, but I have colleagues that rave about Asana. To me, it was too linear and too much like a worksheet, and my mind is different. I'm more of a creative. So the Trello cards just were so much better for me to move around and play with. So part of it is a testing and trying and A/B testing. Did this work? Did A work or B work? And figuring out what system and process helps you execute faster and save you time, which in a sense will give you time back if it saves you time and money, and figuring out what tools will help you grow and can you duplicate that. So for example, if you use a Trello board for a project, for me would be like a placement board for all of my transactions and projects what we're doing. How could you use that at home, right? So it's duplicating what's successful for you in business and also doing it at home. Part of our thing is making sure that our calendars are all matched in the family. I started doing that with my family, and I was like, duh, that didn't even occur to me until I realized I was doing it in business so easily that we started doing that as a family, and it just Our wires weren't being crossed anymore, and everybody knew where they needed to be, and sharing the calendar is such a huge win for our family. So sometimes it's just as simple as that can alleviate miscommunication, clarity over confusion. Just did a video on that, and getting out there to figure out, wow, how can I make my life easier and better, and why is it so difficult for us to get to this practice, get to the office in time? Because if your family doesn't know what's going on in your schedule, it's really hard for them to predict they needed to be somewhere or not. And I'm speaking in like a little bit of like hypotheticals because it's not an exact thing, but each of you watching has your own schedule, has your own demands on life, personal and professional, and what you're trying to grow. And a big thing I think that is really falling off is I did a huge video is self-care. Where are you not getting self-care and rejuvenating yourself? And I'm guilty this week. I've been burning all the cylinders this whole week, and I'm having intentionality to take some time this afternoon off after I shoot these videos and just kind of chill out and not do anything, and it's okay, right? But I don't think I would have done that in the past. I think I would have just been trying to go and put everything in, fill every single spot until I'm burnt out to a crisp. So part of what we need to do in life in getting this, process in place to be successful is your wheel of life is figuring out what areas do you need to have better systems and process and create better patterns for yourself so that you can duplicate it over and over again to be successful. And success is different for everybody. For some people, like if you're obsessed with work and you love it and it makes you happy and it fills you up, good for you. Go do it all the way. I'm not telling you to take the day off, but some people, they're doing things and they're forcing it, and then they're being resentful, and that resentment builds up over time, and it makes you really hard to kind of see clearly in what you need to do. And sometimes you can misstep in business and then have, freak out and all that kind of stuff, which doesn't help your business grow. And I know if I'm speaking to you, especially some ladies, I know we all have those feelings where we can't say no when we need to, and that kind of all patterns together. So it's kind of a marrying of a lot of videos I've done recently, but I really want you to think about, especially as we're going into 2025 and it's 2025, of where do you need to put better systems and patterns in place to make your life grow differently. And remember, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result. I am guilty of that. I'm sure all of you are guilty of that. I did recently just hire a VA full-time for myself, and I've seen this work beautifully for agencies across the country and people. And I don't know why I was so resistant, and I'm so excited now to start this new journey because the way I was doing it before just wasn't working anymore for me, but I was trying to force it. So that would be an example of it. Are you doing that somewhere in your life, personally, professionally? Have an honest look at it, and then try to figure out where could you put a system, a process, a checklist, a program to help you navigate to where you want to go next. And that is my tip for you on creating that process for you to have success, because it can be predictable over and over and over again. It's like a click that goes off. And that's why you see these people being able to run multiple companies. They just figured the pattern out, guys. So you just got to figure that pattern out for you and then insert to the next, insert to the next. Hope that helps. And if you love this content, please like and subscribe. I would love to know though, I'm curious, what are your systems that you use? I already told you what I use. I'm just curious what you use out there, personal, professional, and how do you make your life even better? Till next time, take care.